Hello students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of Internet of Things subject, in which today we are going to discuss how we can write files in Python programming language and what is exception handling. So in last lecture we have studied the dictionary in Python programming language, or how we can accessing the values in that, then how we can read files in that, then there is some list of methods or built-in functions. So we have already seen. Now we will study how we can write the files. So today is our 25th lecture on this subject, and my name is Pooja Subhashrao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. So today we are going to discuss, that is, writing files in Python programming language. So file opening modes, what are the file opening modes, and closing files with Python, with statement, and splitting lines in a text file, and what is exception handling. So these points we will cover in this lecture. So first one is writing the files in Python programming language. So before we can write files in a Python, it must first be the open in a different file opening mode. So we can do by supplying the open method with special argument. So in Python, write to file using open method, you will need to pass both file name and special character. It tells that Python we intend to write to the file. For that you have to add the following code in write.py format. So you will tell Python to look for a file name, that is sample.txt, and override its content with a new message. So this is the program, that is #open the file in write mode, and file name is open of a sample.txt as a word, w as a write, then myfile.write as a hello from Python. After passing w to the open method, it tells Python to open the new file in a write mode, and in this mode any data that is already in the file which is lost when the new data is written. So if the file doesn't exist, Python will create a new file, and in this case a new file named as a sample.txt, and it will be created when the program is runs. So after the run program using the command prompt like python write.py, Python also write multiple lines to the file. That is the easiest way to do this with the write lines method. So what is write lines method? Here again one program is given, that is open the file in write mode, and my file as a open, that is sample.txt, w is a write. So my file write lines as a hello word, we are learning Python. So the print word is we are learning Python, and close the file. Then my file dot close by using the close function. Again we can also write multiple lines to the file by using the special characters like this. #open the file in write mode, then my file as a open, that is poem.txt. This is our folder, or we can say the name of our folder, that is poem.txt, as a write. Line number 1, roses are red, /n, roses are red. Line 2, violets are blue. Line 3 as a Python is great. Line 4 is, and so on, whatever you have to write in that format. So my file dot write as a what, line 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 5 up to n number of lines. Then using string concatenation, it makes possible for the Python to save the text data in a variety of ways. So in that this format you can write it. So however, if we wanted to avoid the overwriting the data in that file, so instead it append or change it, we have to open the file using another file opening mode. So what are these? We will see. What are the file opening modes? First of all, by default Python will open the file in read only mode. If we want to do anything other than just a read file, you will need to manually tell the Python that we intend to do it with. First one is R. R means what? Read mode. So in this mode, it is the default mode for the open. Then the file is opened and the pointer is positioned at the beginning of the file's content. Then W as a write mode. Using this mode, you will overwrite any existing content in a file. If the given file does not exist, the new one will be created. Then R plus means what? Read or write mode. So using this mode, if you need to simultaneously read and write to a file. Then A as a append mode. Append mode means what? With using this mode, user can be append the data without overwriting any already existing data in that file. Then A plus as a append and read mode. Append and read mode means what? In this mode you can read and append the data without overwriting the original file. Then X is a exclusive creating mode. Exclusive creating mode is a sole purpose for creating the new files, or we can say that is new files we can create by using this mode. Or use this mode if you know the file to be written doesn't exist beforehand. So these examples assume the user is working with the text files if the intention is to read or write to the binary file types, and additional argument must be passed to the open method or the B character. Then next one is closing modes, or what are the closing files with the Python. So after opening a file with the Python, it is important that to close it after you have done the work with that file. So after closing the file ensures that the program can no longer access to its contents. Here one example is given, that is close file with the close method. First of all, hashtag open the file, then my file as a open of what? Poem.txt folder, then hashtag an array to store the contents of the file, that is lines, number of lines we have to store. Then for line in my file, lines dot append as a line, then close the file at a my file dot close, and for lines in lines, that is print the line. In this way you can close the file with the Python. Then next one is opening other file types, or what are the other types of files in the Python. First of all, open method can read and write many different file types. So we have seen already or how to open binary files and text files. Then Python can also be open images and allowing you to view and edit their pixel data also. So before Python can open an image file, the pillow library, that is Python image library, must be installed in the easiest install in this module using pip, that is pip install pillow. So with pillow installed, Python can open images files and their contents also. So from pil image import image, tell pillow to open the image file, then image as a img is equals to image dot open, or here you can open your image, that is your image file dot jpg in the format of jpg, then img dot show and img dot close. So the pillow library include powerful tools for the editing images, and this has made it one of the most popular Python library. So in this way you can opening other files in the Python. Then how it will work with the with statement, or you can also work with the file objects using the with statement. So it is designed to provide much cleaner syntax and exceptions handling when you are working with the code. So that explains why it's good practice to use the with statement where it is applicable. So one bonus of using this method, that is any files opened will be closed automatically after your work is done. So this leaves less worry to our closing about the during cleanup. So we will see to use the with statement to the open file, that is with open as a file name as a file. Now that you understand how to call this statement, that is let's take a look at a few examples, like with open as a poem.txt as a file. Poem.txt is your file name, and data is equals to file.read. Here you have to here the compiler read your data, then do something with the data. That is what you can also call upon other methods while using the statement. So for the instance you can do something like loop over a file object with open, that is poem.txt as a file or as a f, for line in f, that is print line. Then you will also notice that in the above example we didn't use the file close method, because the statement will automatically call that upon after execution, or where your work is done with that file, it will automatically close. You don't have to call the different statement here, or use statement for the close of this file. So in this way work with the with statement. Then next one is splitting lines. So what is splitting lines in a text file? The final example, so let's explore the unique function that allows you to split line taken from a text file. So what this is designed to do, that is split the string contained in a variable data. Whenever the interpreter encounter a space character, but just because you are going to use the split lines after a space character, it doesn't mean that only a way. You can actually split your text using any character you have to wish, such as colon, comma, like this. So the code for this also using with statement, that is with open hello.txt as a r for read as a file, where data is equals to f dot read lines for line in data, and words is equals to line dot split print words. This is the example of that. If you wanted to use the colon instead of space to split your text, you would simply change the line, that is line dot split to line dot split in by using the double colon, or colon in that statement. So the output like this, that is hello world, how are you today, or today is Saturday. So the every word which is printed here in the double colon format. So the reason that words are separated in this manner, because they are stored as a returned or as an array. So be sure to remember when working with the split function. This is the split function, or this is the reading of the file, writing of the file. Then we will see what is Python or exception handling. What is exception handling? So Python provide two very important features to handle the unexpected error in your Python programs, and to add debugging capabilities in that is exception handling and assertions. So exception handling means what? This would be converted or covered here, that is list of standard exceptions available in the Python programming language, and these are of many types, that is near about 30. So we will see one by one. First one is here, the table is given, that is in which the list of standard exceptions are given with serial number, their name and the description of that word. First of all, exception. Exception means what? Base class for all exceptions. Second one is stop iteration, means what? It raised when the next method of an iterator does not point any of the object. Then system exit. System exit means what? It raised by the sys.exit function. Then standard error. Standard error means what? Base class for the all built-in exceptions except stop iteration and system error, system exit. Then next one is arithmetic error. Arithmetic error is a base class for all errors that are occurred for numeric calculations. Then overflow error. Overflow error raised when the calculation exceeds maximum limit for a numeric type. Then floating point error. It raised when a floating point calculations fail. Then next one is zero division error. This error raised when division or module by 0 takes place for all numeric types. Then assertion error. It is raised in the case of failure of the assert statement. Then next one is attribute error. Attribute error is raised in the case of failure of attribute reference or assignment. Then EOF error means what? This error occurs when there is no input either from the raw input or input function and the end of file is reached. At that time this error will occur. Then import error. Import error occur when import statement fails. Then keyboard interrupt. Keyboard interrupt error occurred when the user interrupts program execution, usually by pressing the Ctrl C. Then lookup error. It is error. The error occurs when the base class for all lookup errors. Then index error. Index error is occur when index is not found in that sequence or your code. Then key error. Key error occurs when the specified key is not found in that dictionary. Then name error is raised when an identifier is not found in the local or global namespace. Then unbound local error. This error occurs when trying to access a local variable in that function or method, but there is no value been assigned to it. At that time this error will occur. Then environmental error. This error will occur when the class for all exceptions that occur outside the Python environment. Then IO error. This error occurred when an input or output operation fails, such as print statement or the open function, and trying to open the file which does not exist in that folder or that data. Then IO error, again it is open, or this error occurs with the operating system related errors. Then syntax error, when your syntax is wrong or there is some steps which is wrong. Then indentation error. This error occur when indentation is not specified properly. Then system error. this error occurs when the interpreter finds an internal problem, but when this error is encountered, the Python interpreter does not exist. Then system error or system exit. System exit error is occurred when the Python interpreter is quit by using the sys.exit function, or if not handled in the code or causes the interpreter to the exit. Then type error raised when an operation or function which is attempted that is invalid for the specified data. Then value error is raised when built-in functions for the data type has valid type of arguments, but the arguments have not invalid invalid values specified. Then runtime error is raised when generated error does not fall into any category. Then not implemented error is raised when an abstract method that needs to be implemented in an inherited class or is not actually implemented in that program or code. So this is the list of all exception handling tools or exception handling standards. So here we have studied the exception handling standards, or what are the standards. In next lecture we have studied about the assertions in Python statement or Python programming language. So guys, I hope you have all understand whatever we have studied, but still anyone have doubt in that, you can contact me anytime. So thank you very much and have a good day.